know we're going off script here a little bit, but I want to hear your thoughts on this. Who are your dark horse teams? If you got a dark horse team in each conference to make noise in the playoffs, I'm not saying they're going to make the finals or anything because we kind of know who those teams are, but what's your one team that we haven't really mentioned that you think has a chance to maybe win a series come playoff time?
The Charlotte Hornets. I think the Charlotte Hornets have a chance. 3-0, led by my way too early Coach of the Year pick, James Borrego. Big win against Brooklyn last night, yesterday, whenever it happened. I think it was afternoon. But good big win for Charlotte. I like the Hornets out east, man. And on top of that, a real young team, a lot of young legs. Kelly Oubre is kind of like the veteran, and he's like in his late 20s himself. So pretty young team. But out west, I don't think they'll even make the playoffs. But watch the Sacramento Kings. Harrison Barnes has been playing very well so far, as is Davion Mitchell. But if you're talking about a team that might get into the playoffs and probably win a series, Minnesota would have to play a bunch of teams that play defense like Houston, because I mean Minnesota looked like a 4 seed against the Rockets on opening night. So Minnesota's got a lot of good young talent too.
You read my mind. I was saying the same exact 3 teams.
Yeah.
And I said before the year, I was like, Hornets and Kings are my 2 teams to like really monitor. And I looked at the Wolves. I'm like, that trio they have, if they can kind of click, like that's a good group. We'll see what Chris Finch does as the coach there, but it'll be interesting. I think that it's been a fun first week in the NBA period, not just for the Bulls, but there's been some cool things that have happened. Like Chris Duarte scored like 30.
Wow, that was amazing. Chris Duarte, 27 in his NBA debut
for the Pacers. I'm like, who is this guy? I don't even really remember him in college all that much. But
unfortunately, Indiana lost that game.
Yeah.
They blew an 18-point lead. And then like the next night against Washington, they had the lead late. Then Dinwiddie hit a 3 to force overtime before he put it away in overtime. So
that's another team. That's another team that's sneaky, the Wizards. Dinwiddie's a good pickup. I've been a little bit of a Daniel Gafford truther. Like I've always thought that
I have too, honestly, man. I like
and he's getting a chance now to start and play every game, and he's making an impact with energy. And Bradley Beal, and Kuzma. I've always liked Kuzma, so I think they're gonna have a decent squad. They're gonna be fighting. They're gonna be in that play-in mix. I think Washington.
I think a lot of the guys on that Wizards team, they're playing carefree basketball. They don't have that LA pressure anymore. That's what you're seeing. Because Montrezl Harrell looks refreshed coming off the bench for the Wizards. And it's like, dude, you've been doing the same thing for the last 4 years. But he looks refreshed playing for the Wizards. So does Kuzma. So I like what's going on with the Wizards. But at the end of the day, my top 4 Nets. I picked I got Nets, Lakers making it in the finals. But Nets, Bucks, Heat, Bulls. Those are my top 4 out east right now. Or those are my top 4 those are my top 4 in the East this season.
I don't want it. I hope you're wrong. I'm sorry. I don't want to see Nets Lakers. Can we not? Like who do you root for? Who do you root for in that series? I mean,
I just root for great basketball. I just want to see all the points. I want to see every basket go in. I want to see every shot go in the basket. That's what I want to see.
The Nets are the new team to really dislike right now. So
not
maybe
not.
I guess I would lean Lakers, but then again, LeBron's ripped my heart out 4 times in my life, so I don't know if I could sit there and root for him. So
you thinking too deep about it. I'm just watching. I'm just watching, man. I just want to see the best possible finals if Chicago can't win it all.
You're a basketball junkie first, Bulls fan second. I'm Bulls fan first, basketball junkie.
I'm a Bulls fan first. It's just when the Bulls are in it, I just want to see good basketball. I don't care who wins or loses. I just want to see a good game.
I'll watch it at the expense of LeBron.
You gotta let that LeBron hate go, man. He's not even in the conference no more, man.
It's not hate, because I respect the out of LeBron. And I know we're bouncing all over the place here, but
that's
I'm crashing your podcast, but that's what you call me on for. But I don't hate LeBron. I never really. I mean, when he was on the Heat, I did, but
I did. On the Heat.
It's hard for me to want to cheer for a guy who has 4 times in my life completely taken my heart out and ripped it out. Like,
hey, he's in another
I can't
conference.
bring myself to want that guy to do well. Like, I can't do that.
I just, at this point in my life, I just admire LeBron for, like, imagine being 16 years old and being told you you will be the next leader of the next generation of basketball. And then he lived up to every bit of it. You can debate who you want, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Bill Russell, whoever. You can debate whoever you want about who's better. I just respect that alone. Just being a guy that was 16 years old. And here we are almost 20 years later, man. And he's still playing.
And he's done it aside from the decision and kind of that whole drama going on TV and all that. He's done it without any like hint of,
anything egregious off the court.
He's never done anything. Like he's never done anything that you can say is questionable. So,
and I like Space Jam too.
I haven't seen it, but it's not because I haven't wanted to. We just haven't had a chance, Emily and I. But like I want to see it. I've heard good and not so good, but I'm a little. I think a lot of the not so good. I think it's just because it's LeBron.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you all right. Here's my thoughts. The original Space Jam will always be my favorite. It literally came out on my 6th birthday, so it'll always be my favorite. That Space Jam was for me. The new Space Jam was not for me. This is for my kids if I had some. This is for my kids. So when I watched it, I was like, all right, I'm already expecting this to be cheesy and corny and a kiddie movie, not for me. So I went into it with that mindset and I loved it. I enjoyed every second of it.
Well, because I've heard people be like, "Oh, the plot is stupid." I'm like, "Do you know the plot of the first
one? Right, the first
one. Is that not stupid either? Like he got sucked down a golf,
down a golf hole. Come on,
man. Like Bugs Bunny sneaking in his house to steal his shoes underground. Like it's like, come on, like it's a kids movie. Like if you go in there thinking it's not going to be a kids movie, then you probably need to reevaluate your expectations of what you're walking into the theater.
Right, evaluate your approach to watch a movie.